New tonight, murders, overdoses, fires, and assaults. Police records obtained by our station show all of those criminal activities are taking place in some of Knoxville's motels. Reporter Caitlin Keenahan dug into the locations that see the most criminal activity and what motel owners are doing about it.
Inside Knoxville's motels, some people are creating a home for themselves while others are just passing through.
You get off the exit and you turn left at the light and you're there. It's just easy.
Alexis and Kiefer were the latter. Motel 6 off Cedar Bluff exit was their meetup spot at just $60 a night.
Obviously we stayed there a couple times, so it couldn't have been that bad, but that's not somewhere I would want to go all the time.
It looked good online, 3-star reviews. But what they didn't know is this motel has the most calls for service for Knoxville police in the city.
We felt comfortable, once we were kind of in the room, but outside of that, it just was you had to be aware, on guard.
That's not somewhere you want to hang out by yourself.
Over the past 5 years, this Motel 6 had more than 1,000 calls for service. Those calls range from suspicious people to assaults, fires, and overdoses.
I wouldn't advise any woman by themselves to stay there and walk around outside.
We requested an interview with Motel 6 over the phone several times and in person. They declined to comment, but it's not the only motel with issues. Records from Knoxville police show in the past 5 years, Regency Inn on Magnolia got 959 calls. Super 8 on Merchants got 950. Executive Inn on Chapman Highway got 893. And Value Inn on Magnolia got 892.
This is obviously not a great solution or a situation for the community who lives around that. That's not a great situation for the business itself, and that's not a great situation for us when the police are having to frequently respond to the same location over and over again.
We had worked with KPD, and they told us that, hey, you got to cut down all these calls that are coming through.
Harry Patel is the owner of Executive Inn, now number 3 on the list. But just a few years ago, it was number 1.
So we closed off all the exterior points where you can come in from outside, you can just go in from the inside. So that helped reduce the traffic and nuisance.
Harry says they followed suggestions of Knoxville police.
We give you safety tips, whether that's putting up a light here, whether that's installing hedges here, whether that's putting up a camera here. We essentially look at the design and the layout of your property.
So Harry renovated the property and put up these gates and cameras.
Prior to that, we had a lot of guests that were staying on a weekly basis. I don't know if they were into drugs or whatever else. They had a lot of people that are coming in off the streets, visiting their room and leaving.
Executive Inn's partnership with KPD led to a year-over-year decrease in calls since implemented. The same is true for Value Inn on Magnolia.
We take all the IDs, we take all the precaution.
Ken T spoke with us over the phone about his property.
There are a handful of nuisance still out there. There are some prostitution problem out there. But we know those people and we just don't rent them.
I'd love it where we didn't have that kind of clients, but where are these people to go?
KPD says they don't want the owners to have to turn away clientele. They just want to find a mutually beneficial solution.
When you're frequently having to go to the same place over and over again, that pulls our officers away from doing some of the other stuff that might be of a higher public safety priority.
Knowing what you guys know now, would you stay there again?
No.
No. We found better options if that time comes.
In Knoxville, I'm Caitlin Keenahan.
Our reporting is based on a list of 50 registered hotel-motel properties in Knoxville. There are certain properties that may have flown under the radar. That's due to that property likely being listed as a business rather than a hotel-motel.